Houston Texan players decided to protest after the owner of the Texans used a pretty common idiom to talk about national anthem protesters. Hey everybody, I'm Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. Well, the owner of the Houston Texans was outed by ESPN earlier in the week, I guess, on Friday or so, for talking about the NFL protests that have been going on. The owner, Bob McNair of the Texans, said, quote, "We can't have the inmates running the prison." Oh, my. Yeah, you can't say that, even though it's a pretty common idiom. In fact, what Bob McNair, I guess, maybe should have said is the more common phrase, you can't have the inmates running the asylum. However, I have a sneaky suspicion that even if he would have said that, you would have had NFL players and talking heads on ESPN and throughout sports media trying to throw Bob McNair under the bus and say that he's this racist bigot, and that he's evil, and that I guess he needs to sell the team and be banished from Houston forever. Michael Berry, of a radio show host out of Houston, sent out a few tweets on Sunday saying Bob McNair does more for charity than almost anyone in Houston. He's respected by all who know him. He's decent and caring. Players who do far less malign him is disgusting. Some of these players just bitch because it gets them attention. McNair's character is more than whatever some football player says it is. By the way, if you take the metaphor literally, he means that he thinks his prized company is a prison. It's the same thing that you had some, talking heads on ESPN who were comparing Jerry Jones and Jones's comments that he didn't want Cowboy players to take a knee during the national anthem, that Jerry Jones was running a plantation. Listen, Bob McNair, and I'm not a Houston Texans fan by any means. It seems like, of course, like J.J. Watt, it seems like Bob McNair's a good guy, but I'm not a Texans fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. But listen, when it comes down to what Bob McNair said, Bob McNair, I don't think he was trying to be racist at all. What I think Bob McNair was saying is that, listen, we don't want the players taking over the league and making decisions based on, or the league making decisions based on what the players want. The players don't know how to run the NFL. And that is true. Very few of the NFL players could actually own and run a team. Now, could some players be able to run a team? Sure. But very few NFL players, current players, could actually run an NFL team. Very few of them could actually run the NFL. And Bob McNair was just trying to say, listen, we don't want these players taking over the league and making all the rules for the league. We can't have that happen. As owners, we know what's best for the league. And he's right. He wasn't trying to be a racist. He wasn't trying to throw players under the bus. Bob McNair, from everything that I've seen, is a good guy who cares about his players. Just like Jerry Jones, a man who cares about his football players. And what did we have happen? Jerry Jones earlier last week or week before was thrown under the bus by ESPN and others and accused of being a racist and accused of running a plantation and having plantation politics. It is absolutely absurd, and it's absurd that Bob McNair is being thrown under the bus. However, when I saw the comment on Friday, when I saw it during the show, I knew that he was going to have to apologize. I knew that people were going to take this and blow this up to be a big deal, or that he's a bigot and a racist. And that's exactly what they have done, because that's exactly what the left always does. The left will take one comment, one tweet, they'll run with it and try to ruin somebody's life, ruin somebody's career, and it's shameful. The NFL players and the Texan players who are deciding to protest Bob McNair, the guy paying them a ton of money, the guy who knows that he has their players' backs, the guy who is taking care of the players on the field, They're protesting not only him, but the national anthem, and it's absurd and it's pathetic to see. In fact, my hope is that Bob McNair will cut a few of the players, though I know he probably won't be doing that. I do applaud the Texan players who stood during the national anthem. That's the way to handle it. If the Texan players want to address Bob McNair, have a meeting with him. Why take a knee during the national anthem? It's continuing to be just absurd, what these players are doing. They don't care about the future of the NFL at all. For Bob McNair, I think he cares about his football team. I think he cares about the future of the NFL. And I do think he's sorry, for, I guess being taken out of context, or sorry that maybe some players' feelings were hurt by what he said. Still, he shouldn't be. It's a common idiom. It's a common phrase. And I think most people who have common sense know that. It's just sad to see. For me, what I really think this is all about, it's ESPN and the left wanting a win. ESPN has been beat up publicly because of their embracement of Colin Kaepernick and also the kneelers during the national anthem. The NFL and the leftists who are trying to create this message through the NFL, they've been beaten up as well. ESPN wants a win, and they're trying to take down Bob McNair of the Houston Texans to try and get that win. They couldn't take down Jerry Jones. Now they're trying to take on Bob McNair. That's what ESPN is really up to, in my opinion. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. News Talk, 95.1 FM, 790 a.m. KFYO. Have a great day.